Well, hello there, friends. There's mashed potato, and then there's mashed potatoes. 3-star Michelin Guide restaurant mashed potatoes. Today, I'm going to share the recipe with you. They are amazing. They are buttery. They are smooth as silk. Oh, you'll never eat mashed potato again the same. Remember, if you like the video, friends, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell. I'm glad you're here, because I'm going to make you the best mashed potato you've ever had in your life. Okay, friends, well, let me share the secret for you, okay? It's very simple. We are going to use a Yukon Gold potato because they are the easiest one to find everywhere, the yellow potatoes. If you are in Europe, you can use the Rat de Touquet potatoes. Jack's going to give you the right spelling of those. Those are really the ultimate creamy potatoes. But your Yukon Gold does a fantastic job. I'm sure whatever country you're in, you have your favorite potatoes. Those are very thin skin. We are going to boil them in cold water. It's very important with the skin. The secret of it is it's really simple. Everything in cooking is very simple, friends. We don't want the water inside the potatoes. So if we keep the skin on it, it'll avoid the water from penetrating it. So we can replace the water, which we don't really like anyway, with milk, a little bit of milk, and then butter. There's going to be a really lot of butter in there, but it's going to be delicious, creamy. Okay, friends? So we'll put them in cold water, very simple, and we're going to put a lot of salt, okay? We want the water to be nicely salted, okay? Don't be afraid. Very little of it is going to penetrate the potatoes anyway because of the skin, and we're perfectly happy with that. Okay, we're going to bring it up. We're going to bring it to boil, and we'll come back, and I'll show you how to peel them and how to do it, how to process them, how to make the most amazing mashed potato, buttered mashed potatoes. We'll be back when the potatoes are done. Okay, friends, we got them. Now, they're not always easy to peel, okay? So some of them come right out and some of them don't. Trust me, when I was a kid, when I started, 14 years old, I worked in a restaurant called Le Star de Beaumanière in Le Beau-de-Provence in the south of France. And that's the way they were doing the potatoes. And when you're an apprentice, you do whatever they tell you to do, right? Do you know how many of those I peeled? And I was trying to wait for them to be not so hot. Do it when they're hot. That's much easier. Yes, chef. So anyway, you peel them. Oh, see, this one is not bad. This one is not bad at all. Sometimes I'm telling you, they're not as easy. This one, it comes out pretty good, you see. Trust me, they're not always easy like that. If they're not, you got to cook them all the way through, okay? You take a toothpick, and you cut them, and you check it to make sure they're cooked all the way through, okay? If they're not cooked all the way through, they're hot. If they're not cooked all the way through, they're not going to go through the next process good, okay? So just wait a little bit so you don't have to really, really burn yourself. Okay, try to remove as much as you can, all right? So step one, we cook the potatoes. Step two, we are going to put them through a potato ricer. And remember, now, like I said, this is not you everyday mashed potato, but no matter what, if you make a mashed potatoes, you still want to put them through a potato ricer, okay? That creates an amazing texture, friends. Very simple to do, eh? You take your potatoes. Now, this potato ricer is very cool because it falls apart like you see it right there. And it makes it easy to clean it. Plus, it's got a very big mouth, okay? And then you put them through. See, look. Now, let me tell you something, friends. Just right there, I could just take right now and put some butter and it'd be great, but I'm going to take to another step because what makes those mashed potatoes so amazing, I'm talking amazing, no exaggeration, that's why I'm saying amazing, friend, is the texture they're going to have. And the texture they're going to have is going to be so smooth. I know I'm like accentuating the smooth, amazing, but that's what we should call them, smooth, amazing mashed potatoes. What do you think of that for a name, Jack? Smooth, amazing mashed potatoes. Look like it. You have to do, when you do this, it should not be that hard. See, it's not that hard. I make it look like it is, but it's not. See, look, now, what I do here, take this, put it right in there, right, and do it one more time. Okay? So now, at this point, like I said, you could put your butter, your seasoning in there, and you would be perfectly fine. All right? You'll be perfectly fine. You'll have a fantastic mashed potatoes. But we're going to take them to the next step. The next step is going to be, we're going to put some, now we want to avoid putting too much milk, just a little bit of milk, a little bit of hot milk. Salt, of course, that's super important. Without salt, they're not going to be any good. We're going to bring this up, and we're going to put some hot milk in there. You don't, definitely, friends, don't want to put any cold milk in there, okay? Hot potatoes, cold milk, no, I don't think so. It's got to be hot milk. All right, we're going to put it in, and we're going to put just enough to make them slightly more pliable or more liquid, if you will. And then we're going to put them through a chinois, not a chinois, a tamis. This is a tamis. This is a strainer. Look, if you don't have one of those, I'll show you. You can take, because who's got one of those? Unless the professional chef, they're not going to have one of those. So you're not going to have one of those unless you're a professional chef. You use one of those, okay? And you use one of those round thing. See, you can do the same thing, okay? Now this is a little thinner, so you may want to go with a thinner strainer than this. Okay, now we got a cup of milk in here, and I'm not sure I'm going to put it all in there. We're going to see. Oh, by the way, this is 3 pounds of potatoes, friends. 3 pounds of potatoes, okay? And I'm looking. Oh, by the way, never use a machine, eh? Never use one of them blenders, machine. You get your potato all gummy. Gummy potato? Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't like gummy potatoes. So look, this is enough right there. This is 3/4 cup of milk. I don't want them to be so liquid, okay? And here we have it. Okay, now we're going to take this. We're going to put it on here. And then we're going to take our scraper. Like I said, you can skip that steps if you don't want to take them to the next level. But I wanted to show you what it is to produce a 3-star Michelin mashed potatoes. And you're going to say, well, they're going to be different? You're the Pope Catholic? You see? You see what that does, friends. It's a little bit of a step, but you see what that does, friends. It transforms, it takes away all texture, make them smooth as silk. And then we're going to have the texture, right? From the texture, we're now going to make them smooth as silk more by putting the butter. Yeah, we're going to put butter in there, friend. You know, if we put butter in anything, it's going to be good, right? Remember what I told you a long time ago, friends? The texture is a conductor of flavor. I promise you, you take this potato right there, and you eat it, it's going to be delicious. But now you take the one, then it comes out underneath there, it's a whole different level. It's another 2-star on the Michelin Guide. This is how you get 3-star Michelin Guide, by doing these crazy things. And some of you are looking at me and go, these are nuts. But you know, like I said, look. And let me tell you what's coming out right there, friends. This is heaven. This is you'll see. Let me finish this, friends, because then I got to do the butter. I got to show you. Because butter, we have room temperature butter. We never want to put melted butter. I see people putting melted butter on the mashed potatoes. Don't put melted butter, and don't put cold milk in your mashed potatoes, friends. Okay? So, like I said, this is, you really want to make a special dinner party one time, and you really want to do something special, then you do this in advance, and you can warm them up in a lasagna pan, and it'll be perfectly fine. You keep them warm in a warming oven. They'll be perfectly fine. Like I said, now you don't do this if the kids are hungry, okay? Unless you got very well-trained kids. All right, look, I'm almost done. And the setup is just a stainless steel bowl, and this is I believe a 12-inch Tami, T-A-M-I. It's a Tami. You can do a lot of things with this, but I'm not gonna complicate too many issues. I don't want to make you a 3-star Michelin chef, but I want to teach you stuff. Then sometimes, it's not that complicated. It's a little time consuming, and you may say, I don't have the time to do this, and that's okay. It's all good, but I want to show you anyway. So then at the end of the day, then all of the things that we do that make our food so special are not that complicated. All right, friends. Now we're gonna finish them with butter. We got the salt. Remember, I put the salt already when they cook, so they got some salt. We're gonna finish them up. And voila, my friend. Voila. Don't want to waste nothing. Put all this right there. Not exactly organized well. Let me get another spatula. And now we're going to put some butter. Now, for those of you that are on a diet, I totally understand it, and it might be a little too much butter for you. But for those of you that are not on the diet, you're going to be just fine. This is a 3/4 pound of butter for 3 pounds of potatoes. You're going to say, that's crazy. It's pretty, it's a lot of butter, no question about it. But I tell you what, the restaurant that we worked at they would put equal amount of butter, equal amount of potatoes. If you're talking about butter with potatoes, I remember this friend of mine that I had met. He said, man, how do you make those buttery potatoes? Put butter in there, dude. How much butter? As much butter as you put potatoes. Yeah, but you're going to see, look. In a minute, you're going to see, you're going to go, oh my God. Oh my Lord. This is absolutely sinful, beautiful. Look at this. Now, my butter was a little colder than I wanted. By now, it should have been completely melted. It was just a little cold. So here's what I'm going to do, friends. I'm going to continue doing it just for a minute or so, and then I'm going to get myself a bowl because I forgot. I got a beautiful bowl. I forgot to take it, so I'm going to go continue doing this, and I'm going to go get a bowl, and I'll be right back. Okay, friends. It just took me a little while. It was not as room temperature as I wanted, but we're perfectly fine. So now you got to test it, friends. You got to check it to make sure. These are almost salts. With that salt, friends, you don't have a good mashed potatoes. Very important. Then we test it. We put the right amount of salt. And whatever you do, resist the temptation of putting a machine on it, okay? And just a little bit more. It's amazing what a few grains of salt will do. All it takes is just a few grains of salt sometime, and you have yourself a beautiful mashed potatoes. All right, friends. What we're going to do now, we're going to put some in a bowl like this. Take a nice bowl, right? And then you just make it a little pretty on the top by just fill up your bowl as little or as much as you want. And then you take a little spatula, you make it somewhat flat with a spatula, and then you finish it up. This is just a little offset spatula. We want to do it nice. I mean, since we went through all that trouble of fixing it, of making it such a beautiful mashed potatoes, we want to make sure when we present it to our guest, it's in a beautiful bowl to begin with, right? Thank goodness I used to work on drywall. I'm bringing that back again. We're having fun with it. So look, nice and flat, right? Flat. Okay, so now that we have a flat surface, we can take our time and we give it a little design. And you can see how smooth those mashed potatoes are, friends. By just looking at the indentation of it, you can see how gorgeous that is. So this, my friends, is a 3-star Michelin potatoes. That is actually amazing. Friends, I hope you make it. It was a lot of fun to cook it for you. Remember, thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Sometimes I forget what I'm supposed to say at the end. Friends, I'm glad you were here. It was a pleasure to cook for you. Fantastic. Let me tell you, Jack, those mashed potatoes are going to be the best mashed potato you've ever had in your life. And yeah, you need like a green thing, something to make pretty. We got to get something for a thumbnail. I could eat the whole thing. And maybe I will. Okay, let's eat.